Hello and welcome to another game for StarLadder Season 4, and we are reaching the end of the group stages, which means we are reaching the answer to the question which 4 teams will be going to the Kiev Cyber Arena for the offline finals there. Yeah, that's right, it's going to be 4 teams. Last season there were 8, season before that there were 6. This season it's going to be 4. So we see already Na'Vi, they are on top of the list. They are actually already guaranteed to go through, so we can just take that into consideration. Na'Vi is going through regardless. Virtus.pro has got a very high chance of going through. They still have 1 game to be played today. If they win that, they're going to go through regardless. If they don't win that, it's going to all depend on what the rest of the teams are going to do, if they still have a chance to go through. It all depends on mouz basically also a lot. Because if mouz would lose their match right now, then Virtus.pro will go through regardless, I think. Wow, interesting. mouz Sports, even though you see them not standing in the top 4 right now, have to win all of their remaining games. As you can see, they've played 12 games, so they still have 3 more games to play. They can get to 33 points, and with 33 points they're going to go through almost regardless, depending on that. But, or 36 points. Can I count? Apparently I cannot, but 36 points. With 36 points you're going to go through regardless. Virtus.pro can still get there. Empire and Fnatic, their maximum amount of points is still 33. So those two will be, they still have 1 game to play, but both of those games are going to be played tomorrow. Fnatic still has to face Pulse. Empire still has to face El Pride. So they still we'll know that for sure tomorrow. Virtus.pro, like I said, we'll know today, because Absolute Legends versus Virtus.pro is going to be today still. Na'Vi also still has a game to be played. It's going to be a game between Na'Vi and We Is Asian. It's also going to be today. You can all follow that on this channel, by the way. And for No Tidehunter, their games is going to be tomorrow. They still need to play 2 games as well. So it's a tight match. And for mouz Sports, like I said, they still need to play 3 games right now. They have to win all of them if they still want to have a chance. And that is gonna be, well, it's gonna be, this game is gonna be the first of those 3. Of course, the previous game was the first of the last 4. But hey, let's not judge that. Anyway, it is gonna be mouz Sports versus 3D Max. And we're gonna see what they're gonna do. It looks like they're gonna be doing the same thing as they did last game, or at least partly. So we have again a Templar Assassin picked up, as well as a Lone Druid, the 2 heroes that we saw in the previous game as well. Again, they're gonna be up against a Luna, but this time the Darkseer is gonna be on the side of 3D Max, combined with the Jakiro. A Magnus Undying being banned out. Also the Bounty Hunter and the Bat Rider being banned out. And mouz Sports pick up their support, Nyx Assassin, so that will be the support for them, as they're not giving away yet which hero they're going to be running as their offlane or as a safe lane, because in theory Lone Druid can be the offlane. We know, of course, from experience that mouz Sports like to play that Lone Druid on the safe lane and just have something else on the offlane, but time will tell. As we're going to see what 3D Max is going to be bounding out. They were in the lobby first, I believe, so they chose to go first pick rather than going for the side, so that is going to be 3D Max. Well, their choice to now play this. So I'm just checking. What? Why is he called Stars Asterisks?
Turn to ban.
Not handy. Of course, for the people wondering, mouz Sports turn to ban is what the lady says when mouz Sports is banning, because mouz Sports was in the international. Oh, did it do that before? I'm actually not sure. I think it did. Must have. Anyway, we are gonna see the Queen of Pain being banned out, because if we look at 3D Max lineup, they have got their off lane, they've got their safe lane Luna with the Jakiro, and they missed their mid lane hero. And apparently Fada does not like to face the Queen of Pain when he plays the Templar Assassin, so he doesn't have to, because Kuroki was friendly enough to ban it out for him. At the same time, both teams still have place in their lineup for jungle heroes, so we might see a ban out for the Enigma or for the Chen or Enchantress, as well. We're gonna see it. It looks like 3D Max is gonna be going into their bonus time for the 2nd time this this draft, I should say, because there's no bonus time used yet on mouz Sports. They know what they want, and they don't hesitate about it. And of course, one thing that you can also do is just make sure you instantly pick, just to force 3D Max to use their bonus time, because they are just not sure. We have the Rubik being banned out, so that's the support they don't want to be facing. As 3D Max, again, their turn to pick. We have also got the Night Stalker being banned out, a hero that Fada also doesn't want to face mid, perhaps. It's all mid heroes that's going to be banned out here. Still a lot of heroes there, though. I mean, last game he faced a Brewmaster. Was he actually able to do okay against that one? We're gonna see if he's gonna have to do it again. 3D Max, though, they're making us wait, making us wonder about what they are gonna be banning out. Of course, like I said, still the Enigma. But on the other side, I'm actually thinking that Enigma might even be a better pickup for 3D Max, and since they have first pick, they might not want to ban out the Enigma. And if they would ban out the Chen, then there is a very high risk that they would also find the Enigma being banned, because mouse sports would know what is going on. But they still ban out the Chen. But yeah, oh wow, I like having my theories being proven. So yeah, 3D Max, they might have wanted to pick up the Enigma themselves, so they ban out the Chen. Mouse sports realized what was going on, so they ban out the Enigma. It's very simple. And now only the Enchantress is left, which is a nice jungle hero, to be fair. Although it's actually nice also in combination with the Luna, a bit of extra pushing power early on, but it has to fit into your lineup, and that might not be the case this time, as we're seeing if 3D Max still wants to go for that. I mean, Enchantress is a very specific jungle hero. You might not wanna run it. It's a bit squishy also against the Templar Assassin, even with the heal. There goes Shadow Demon, so that's gonna be them having a tri-lane, no longer a jungle hero for them, as they will be having a anti-gank. As a Shadow Demon, and that's my name for him, anti-gank, of course, with the disruption. As soon as someone comes into gank, disrupt the target that's being ganked, or disrupt the ganker, and then you can just put yourself into safety, or, well, form a battle plan to just make sure that the opponent regrets his gank. Let's put it that way. We have the Leshrac picked up by mouse sports. A good support in combination with the Nyx Assassin, because Nyx Assassin, of course, got his Impale. His Impale is one of the longer duration stuns out there, even though you have to, of course, level it slightly. And, of course, Leshrac can have his stun follow up on the stun from the Nyx Assassin. So, a nice lane, as we are still going to see if it's going to be a off lane that's going to be picked up by mouse sports, or maybe even a aggressive tri lane coming off from them. Let's hope so for our sake. Just have that lone druid solo farming against the Darkseer could, of course, be possible. And have Nyx Assassin and Leshrac just roam around trying to get those kills. And we saw in the previous game they can do it again. We still, of course, have the Windrunner in the pool, as well as I was gonna say Klinks, but Klinks gets picked up by 3D Max right now, so that's gonna be their mid lane by the looks of it. Actually, pretty decent mid lane. Can harass with the Searing Arrows on a Templar Assassin without getting attacked by the creeps, so making sure the refraction is not gonna be an issue with that. And if the damage does go through, it's a lot of damage going through. Wow. We're gonna see what mouse is gonna pick up. So, like I said, Windrunner's still in the pool. Beastmaster Puck. I mean, you know it. There are still so many people. Still so many offlaners still in the pool. There's no people in the pool, only heroes. Ooh.
Reserve time.
Reserve time now for mouse sports. It's the first time or the second time I think they actually use it, but they still got plenty of time. Even if they already know what they're gonna pick up, like I say all the time, they might use this time to give themselves some time to either think about their bans and their picks and how they're gonna lane, how their opponent's gonna lane, how they're gonna respond to it, how they're gonna be aggressive, if they're gonna be aggressive, what kind of aggression they're gonna be having, when they're gonna be ganking, how they're gonna be ganking, who they're gonna be ganking, and maybe they're even gonna take a smoke break. Who knows? We don't. We don't. Or maybe Puss said, be right back. Stall as long as you can. There's still a Windrunner. The most, most obvious offlaner that was still there, in my opinion at least. But we will see how they're gonna be laning it. I hope still that Kuroki and Alex will be roaming around in those two heroes as I'm just switching overlays so that you can see the entire map. Oh my god, it's here too! Wait a second, I have to remove that. There. If there is a pause, I will let you see it again, but let's hope there's not going to be any extra pauses. We have got Kuroki playing the Nyx Assassin, Alex going to be playing the Leshrac, so this is a tag team that we should keep an eye on. Let's hope they're going to buy smokes. Well, for now they don't. We see Black again on the Lone Druid, already going towards the top lane. We know what his play is going to be. Fada again on the Templar Assassin. And we're going to see Puss on the Windrunner this game, who's going to of course be on the off lane most likely. As we have everybody from 3D Max roaming top. It is 3D Max that normally likes to do that. We have Havayo playing the Shadow Demon, Noya will be playing the Luna, Joe Rotten is going to play the Darkseer, so Darkseer will be taking on the mid lane in this case, and they found Black. There's the disruption, there's the Iron Shell and the Ice Pad, and the damage is enough to take him down. It is Ace that picks up the kill. Ace, who is playing the Klinks this game. Klinks will probably be going on the off lane, or off lane I'm saying. I actually mean the safe lane. I'm kind of hoping that 3D Max wants to throw out an aggressive tri-lane here with the Shadow Demon and the Jakiro and Noya on the Luna. And then we'll have Joe Rotten in the mid lane on the Darkseer up against the Templar Assassin. We've seen that happen zillions of times. Should be able to hold his own. Ace on the bottom lane farming, and we are indeed going to have an aggressive tri-lane. And it is going to be Jakiro and Shadow Demon that's going to be there. So it's at risk on the Jakiro and Havayo playing the Shadow Demon. Noya on the Luna. We already went over everybody now. Yeah, it's cool. And first blood already happened. So that is that. As we're gonna see how this mid lane is gonna go. I think Farah might be expecting something different, even though, well, no, she's going for a fast bottle. She'll be fine, I think. For now. Seriously?
Sweet ablution.
Seriously? Tag team already in action. Impale, follow-up stun, Bear helping out, and that was Leshrac, or Leshrac picking up the kill rather. It was a Shadow Demon that went down. Disruption was not there, and if it was too late. So that's going to be tri-lane versus tri-lane. Aggression all around, and they're going to go for the Luna. There's the Impale again. Leshrac stun to follow up. Ice Fest still goes through. Is it going to be enough to help Noya stay alive, though? I don't think so. Alex getting another kill, and that's going to be 2 kills on the back of the Leshrac, who is still level 1, even though he's got 2 kills. And Luna already being back here as well, of course, also still level 1. And they will find another one soon. There goes the Impale. No, disruption first. There's going to be an Ice Pad to follow it up on. Lucent Beam, not going to be there because there's only the Aura so far up. Nice! Carapace with a level 2 Kuroki. He'll still die though. Luna picking up the kill. Gonna throw on some harassment on Alex as well. Lucent Beam now on Alex. Or sorry, on Black, as he does have level 2 right now as well. 2 for 2 kills. Aggressive tri-lane. Doing his name justice. Aggressive all around. The only real difference is, of course, that Luna actually died. But she also picked up a kill, while Black didn't pick up a kill, only went for assist, and also died. So it's going to be slightly in favor of 3D Max. So having said that, it is going to be the Dire said it's going to be in favor on the top lane, regardless if it's going to be even, because they can actually have the helping them out. As we're going to have Fada taking a lot of aggression from this Iron Shell. Might actually be having some trouble here. Refraction still on for now, but only 2 stacks left. Darkseer level 3. Managed to pick up 6 last hits for him for now. 10 on the Templar Assassin. So far doing okay on the last hits. It has got, of course, his bubble almost empty again, so has to make sure that he gets the rune. But it is Joe Rotten that picks up the illusion rune. So that's just that. Even though there is a dire ward here, not there in time as Ace. Also doing nice on the last hits, or at least should be doing nice on the last hits. 8 for 1 up on him and pass on 8 for 3. So this is actually a very good lane if you're considering the off-laner to be normally at a disadvantage, which you actually normally have. But Ace, able to hold his own, and the harassment is still there, but hey, he can't harass him too much back apparently. Which is quite surprising, because those searing arrows should be able to harass back enough.
I feel from the flow.
Even able to get some denies and last hits, and it might actually be the Windrunner that gets ahead here, as we have the aggressive tri-lane being a bit passive here. Waiting for the creep wave to be gone, maybe trying to go again then. They of course don't want to be having to deal with too much creeps around there if they want to have a disruption and a soul catcher on the same target. We're gonna see if they're gonna be able to do that though, if they're gonna be able to continue to pick up heroes, because that's what you're supposed to be doing if you are in an aggressive tri-lane. Because aggressive for a reason. There goes the Lone Druid, soul catcher up on the bear, however. Impale hits still on the Shadow Demon. Will Leshrac still follow up with the stun? Ice Fast, gonna hit an Alex. Losing beam, dual breath, and that's gonna be a kill, and it goes to Noya. Clean quick kill, not even used mana for that one on Noya. The Leshrac just died way too fast. Level 2 still. Of course, level 2 also on most of these supports, or is there? No, level 3 on these supports here. Level 2 on the Nyx Assassin. That means though that Black is level 3, Noya also level 3. I'm quite surprised to say that it's 3D Max that is in favor of the experience here. With Alex having to walk all the way back, so missing some extra experience while he's here. While 3D Max is keeping even with the top lane, mid lane can be said to be in favor slightly of the Templar Assassin, with the last hit going her way, definitely. And bottom lane, normally should be in favor of the Klings, but it is actually not the case. It is Paz that is able to throw out so much more harassment up on Alex, sorry, up on Ace rather. It's not supposed to be happening that way. The invisibility rune is activated on Fada in the mid lane, and we're still not going to watch the mid lane though, because we're going to watch top. Impale misses, Ice Bat on 2, but they'll just use it to back themselves out of that one. Still want clarity up on Hawaii, might actually give it to Jakiro, and this is the central word place because the invisibility rune up on the Templar Assassin. They were worried about that one, but at the same time he used that to pick off Hesijo Rotten because he was the one that died, and it was Fada that picked up the kill. Solo kill in the mid lane, so mid lane indeed going the way of Fada, going the way of Mouse Sports. So right now, 3D Max, since they're not really winning bottom and they're not really winning middle, they have to win top. Right now they're also not really winning top though, they have to actually get more kills to actually win top. But they're not losing top just yet. But Alex and Kuroki are of course looking always for openings to get their own kills. The Shadow Poison will try to go through and get some vision up, misses though, so no vision up on Kuroki there. It's going to be the bear also being pulled back. In the meantime, Black is able to get some nice last hits. Disruption is still there. And Soulcatcher as well. Dual Breath as well. Black, he will go down for the second time. And it will be Hawaii picking up the kills. Spike Carapace up on Kuroki. The Shrek up on Hawaii. Lightning to go through as well. Should be able to stay alive though. Or will he? Here comes Kuroki. Wants to go for Hawaii. Alex in the meantime is going to get picked up. Noya picking up the kill. Hawaii still alive. And that's going to be Kuroki. He's going to give his life force kill or not. No, he's not. He's going to let the creeps do the job for him. And Kuroki will be backing off. No more mana up on him anyway either. No clarity either. So that is going to be 3D Max just, well, doing what I said I should be doing. Getting ahead in the top lane, and they are. Definitely with Luna getting some of the kills there as well. I mean, that was 2 kills just there. One going the way of Hawaii, another going the way of Noya. And of course all the experience being split amongst all 3. Luna now level 4, which is of course something that we have to keep track of. Level 4 also on the lone druid. Because yeah, that's still going to be even. That's still going to be not a way that they're going to be ahead of that one. As we see Paz on the bottom lane, he's got 34 last hits for 18 with 19 for one of the Klings. This is not supposed to be happening, but he's gonna get some help. Hesijo Rotten coming in. Windrunner has of course got her Windrun and will not even be using it because she didn't feel the threat. Hesijo Rotten will be just well, going back mid I guess. Cannot do anything else. In the meantime we do have Hawaii and the Jakiro going for the top lane again. Well, maybe they're gonna be able to do something again. I mean, their mana is not too bad, in not too bad shape. Kuroki's mana, who was in a bad shape, actually went all the way back to get his mana back up. Alex on full mana again as well, as we have Black just going for jungles, neutral creeps rather than going for the creeps on lane. I mean, he knows at least that he can do something there. As we have a pause coming up from the Jakiro, he needs a second to recuperate. It gives off a moment to take a look at the gold graph. It is still in favor of Mouse, and we do see them ahead on the bottom lane and the mid lane, so they're winning 2 lanes. That is definitely a nice job there. And, I mean, the thing about a lone druid also is, I mean, at some point 3D Max will leave their lanes and start roaming around a bit more, probably. But Black will just continue farming. We know Black. He'll find farm, regardless. He'll go somewhere and go somewhere in the jungle and then continue to farm there. And he will not be too sad that the tower might be going down. He'll just continue farming elsewhere. So he'll still get his farm up, sooner or later. So that's a good thing for Mouse. So the shutdown on the top lane is not that bad just yet. Depends on how many times, of course, they're going to be able to get some kills there. So we have the experience graph in favor of Mouse as well. Also because of that bottom lane and that top lane. As well as, of course, having 3D Max sharing the experience between 3 heroes. We already showed the experience a moment ago that Noya was actually on exactly the same level as Lone Druid, and Black actually now spiking ahead, almost level 6 there, with Leshrac still level 4 and level 3 on the Nyx Assassin, but the other lanes make sure that they're going to be ahead there. As well, we have a dive going on. Hesijo Rotten going to be able to get away there. Fada not being able to get a kill. He will be backing off, and he has actually got his face boost. He's got level 8, might be trying to roam around and get a kill on bottom if he has a Sentry Ward or something like that, or maybe Windrunner has. Windrunner who now gets arrested away by Ace, who actually used the Skeleton Walk to get away there also. He's now got 26 last hits, and Paz, he's got 41, so he's doing a great job. He actually has the highest last hits. That's right.
Radiant structures are
As in the meantime, welcome back. I hope it's working again for you in 2 minutes. In the meantime, there is gonna be a tower being pressured here by mouse sports. Icepet's still gonna go through. Nice. Kuroki just running there with Spike Carapace. Stun up on the Jakiro. There's a stun up on Noya as well. Follow up stun. Noya no longer any mana. Vacuum there though. Acid Joe Rotten coming in, and that's 2 kills going the way of 3D Max. And may I just remind you people, for the people that just tuned in or, I don't know, weren't aware of it. If Mousesports loses this game, they have no chance anymore to go to the Kiev Cyber Arena for the offline finals, unless one of the teams cancels, of course, as Black gets picked off for the 3rd time this game, 4th time this game, 3rd time this game. That's it. That's gonna be it. Kuroki back inside this lane. I'm not sure if he wanted to TP there, as he's gonna pick a Spike Carapace. The Demonic Purge is still there, and that should be still going a kill. He's trying to get himself away, but that's not gonna be the case anymore. Luna picking up another kill, as we have got 5 kills up on her already. And the only hope that Mouse still has, I mean, they were winning 2 lanes, and then Pass is no longer winning his lane due to Ace just getting too far ahead. And then Luna is winning her lane so hard that Black is getting shut down so hard. And Farah, even though he won his lane, he's not been making that many excursions to different lanes. And that's not going to be good for Mousesports. They need to have that rotation going. They need to spread the winning lanes over to the rest of the lanes to make sure all lanes are winning. I know, it sounds so simple, right? Sounds very simple.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As we have Noyes going for BKB, also has her Ring of Aquila ready now, earn up on the Jakiro here. We have got Ace building still towards his Orchid of the Malevolence, or of Malevolence I should say, or Orchid Malevolence? Orchid Malevolence I think it is. Has to Joe Rotten, finished himself up a Mechanism, has also got 4 kills, has only died 1 so far. It's been his 7 out of the 11 kills, having a nice involvement rate there. 8 of the 9 kills, 8 of the 11 kills, sorry, for Noya, so that's going well as well. As we have got Black on the top lane, 1800 gold up on him, 40 minutes in. Is there going to be something going on? Disruption going, Soulcatcher doesn't hit, Icepet doesn't hit either. They cannot go in anymore, and there was also no follow-up. Clarities all around on the side of 3D Max, who still have their towers standing, to be fair. All towers in the game are still standing, apart from the tier 1 that's being picked off by Farah. But Farah is still hanging around the mid lane. Even if he has a Blink Dagger right now, he still does not want to continue going to other lanes. We do now have a rotation. Finally, Black, Kuroki, and Alex on the rotation. Let's see where they're going to be moving towards. Black is going to move towards the jungle. Going to be picking off creeps there. Exclamation mark comes off from Hawaii, though. They realize this is going on. They have, of course, got the board. They see everybody there. The question is, do they want to go in with this? Looks like they do. Noya coming in as well. Are they going to continue going? From the high ground, perhaps. They realize people are walking back up again, though. No, they're not going to do anything. That's going to be a Hand of Midas completed on Black, who hopes that this game is going to last long enough for him to find that his Midas still pays off.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And once again, I apologize for the any inconvenience with the stream. Not sure what's going on today. Yesterday also already actually. Twitch having some issues yesterday. Today it seems maybe more my internet, as we have Master Joe Rotten trying to get himself away. It looks like Kuroki wasn't that lucky on his Klinks. The arrow from Klinks still hit. Kuroki on his Nyx Assassin wasn't lucky because he was the last hit. Wow. I know, English. But yeah, that was again a kill going the way of 3D Max. They are of course doing quite well, even though if we look at the gold graph, the lanes for Mousesports are actually, even though the top lane is lost, the gold graph still not that much in favor of 3D Max. That's also of course because of the tower that got picked up by Farah, but only 1k in their favor so far, as we have got the experience graph showing a bit more differently of how the game feels. Disruption, Soulcatcher both hit. Can they go for this though? No, they cannot. Blink away from Farah will be able to save his life. The tier 2 tower, tier 1 tower wasn't as lucky. He goes down, of course, as the gold graph with that should be spiking a bit more upwards. And then we're still seeing 3D Max. They're just pressuring where they can, as we now have the Orchid up on Clink. So we will see him roaming around a bit more right now, I would hope. I would hope that that's going to be the case, as we have got Jakiro also trying to get some extra farming. Of course, he's not doing that great based on farm, but he is actually getting more farm than Kuroki is getting on his Nyx Assassin. And for support, well, I guess he's not doing that bad, to be fair, as we have got the drums complete up on the Luna, the Ogre Club, of course, there for the... oh, careful. for the BKB, and Kuroki is looking for maybe for going down. There was actually the orchid already used, was probably not able to take down Kuroki, as he's now going to be escorted back to base by Alex and by Fada. But he will be fine with that, and Ace just decides, okay, I'm not going to be able to get that, maybe I can get Puss, but Puss also very careful, knowing that there's heroes missing from the map. This one is specific, of course. They need to know where Klinks is, because they need to know that, or they need to make sure that he cannot pick up anybody. As we have another tower going down, there's now 3 towers down on the set of mouse sports, as the gold graph just going upwards slightly, slowly but steadily in favor of 3D Max. And again, I know that the stream is now up again. That means that I can tell you again that this game should be won by mouse sports if they still want to be able to be in the top 4 of the StarLadder rankings, which they want to be, as Paz still showed himself apparently a bit too close to Ace, so he goes down. We're still second top though, because this looked like to be a violent situation. There goes a stun, first stun, follow-up stun also, and SHO Ice Pet latches on Alex, though Alex not going to be able to stay alive with this one, or is he? One more right click, vacuum back in, will do the job also. Now Black, and Tangle still there, and SHO, Dual Breath going through, Darkseer will also up, and there Eclipse going through, and it's still going to be Black that goes down. Kuroki backing up, Fada not backing up in time, will not be able to stay alive, unstoppable. 4 heroes down on the side of mouse sports, of course. That is also including the Windrunner, who died on the bottom lane, but 4 heroes down across the board, with the towers getting harassed bottom and top. Ace able to pick up this tower by the looks of it. Silence up on Paz, who's gonna try to take down the tower, but oh, look at that, look at that. Klink's still able to pick up the tower. It was like, are you going on me, or are you going on the tower? People, they both waited to see what the other was gonna do, and it is still gonna be Ace that picks up the tower. 2k gold in his inventory right now, as Luna picks up the tower on the top lane, who now has got BKB ready by the looks of it, or at least what does the courier have? Yes, that is a BKB ready on Noya, so she'll have that for the next fight, or he'll have that for the next fight, my bad. With only 1 tier 2 tower left standing on the side of mouse sports. As we do have the spike, just, I mean, as soon as the trail lane worked out even better than before, and as soon as mouse sports did not have that rotation in time from Fada and from the Windrunner, or tried to do something against the trail lane, it was just bam, spike up, or towers going down left and right, fights being taken in favor of 3D Max, and it's gonna be mouse sports. It's gonna have to try to delay this game long enough for Black to still get his farm up, but he's already died 4 times. He is being shut down heavily, though he's still highest up on net worth. Come on, stop fighting for a second, will ya? Alex goes down, vacuum back in, Kuroki. Well, Mechanism will help him keep alive, but that was only barely. BKB actually used by Noya there, and they will take the last tier 2 tower. After this, they'll probably try to go for a Roshan, and then look at towards tier 3 towers after that one. But we'll see if they if Mouseboard's gonna let that happen. But yeah, that was Alex already picked off on that fight. I mean, he is not a happy lost track. He started off with 2 kills on the bottom lane. He was level 1 when he was 2 for 0 for 0. And then all of a sudden, he died 5 times. That's all involvement that he has. Not a happy camper. As we have Roshan and Deep being taken down by 3D Max. I mean, that's the logical follow-up. If you've already got the towers, oh, mouse, fast, able to get away, should be able to stay alive, yeah. If you already got the towers, then the next thing you can do is Roshan before you go up to the tier 3 tower, of course, if you have got that advantage. And they do. I mean, they definitely do. Gold graph, over 10k, experience graph. Not over 10k entirely, but that's just the time that they took. I mean, if you're going to start pushing with 5 people, you are going to lose some experience if your opponent is still farming on a couple of different lanes, and they were doing that. So Noya defending their tier 1 tower top, with Black just continue farming in the jungle, is just trying to get as much farm up as he can. He has got enough gold for the relic now, so might be seeing a Radiance fairly soon. It all depends on how aggressive 3D Max can be. I mean, this time that they have right now... Oh, Kuroki, wait a second, I'll finish my sentence. Oh, look at that! Sentry ward is easily placed. And Kuroki doing that. Okay, so this time right now is the time that 3D Max should take to continue putting on the pressure, because everything that they do right now is giving Mouseboards time to farm. More importantly, giving Black time to farm. Ace is going to try to do something against Kuroki here, or Alex. Oh, hello Alex, he's going to be the target, and he's already dead. And that's going to be at least 1 kill, mega kill streak for Ace, and that's StarLadder Shrek indeed. He is of course still level 6, with Ace being level 14, so more than double the amount of levels on that one. As we look at the level difference, we do see that 3 heroes from Mouseboards are still fairly decent level. level 12 and level 11, but the two supports, that's where the painful part is. That's where they're level 6. That is the biggest difference in experience right now, with Luna actually being very high up there. So that's aggressive trial, and even though having a bit of a rusty start, 3 Max definitely won their aggressive trial in the end. And we're gonna see them pushing up the high ground. Let's take a look at this. No buybacks up on anybody of the dire side. Mousesports, if they take this fight, they need to win it. Otherwise they'll lose their racks. And losing racks is not a good way to continue your game with. For now, the tower will do their job of pushing them back as Luna picks herself up a Yasha. We also got new items up. A Gem of True Sight up on the Shadow Demon. Lightning going through. Vacuum back in. Alex! Mechanism being used. Ice Bat locks in too, though. Pass as well there. It's already Alex that goes through. Impale from the side. There goes the Eclipse. Pass will still drop. Kuroki on the way out will get picked up, or will he not? No, he will not. That is the Carapace saving his life for now. In the meantime, Lone Druid, well, Black on the bottom lane, able to pick up a tier 1 tower, but, you know, he is being missed. He is being missed in his middle lane because his barracks are dying. Are dying fast. And that is not a good thing at all. And the rotation goes top. 3D Max, 23 minutes in. They do not want to take this game any later than they should be, because that Lone Druid is going to hurt. Alex coming a bit too close, taking a loosened beam, but backing off afterwards, not going to be able to save their tier 3 tower, as they don't really have that massive team fight potential that you would want to have if you're going to be in this turtling kind of position. They don't have anything to threaten with. Kuroki just trying to bait something out. Carapace on there, rocks into Joe to try and get something out of there. Darkseer wall going through, and that's going to be Kuroki still going down to the loosened beam of the Luna, who buys back instantly. Kuroki does not want to give this up. 3D Max, they decide we took 2 lanes of racks. Let's back off. And the reason they back off, well, maybe because Hester Joe is out of mana, and because of their lane is pushing in the bottom lane in the meantime, because it will still be Black that was able to finish off the tier 2 tower as well as the tier 1 on the bottom lane. He's got some gold, whereas his bear has got the radiance, but they have 2 racks down. Can they defend this? Can they defend this? That is going to be the case. It's going to be this game. This is the last chance. Well, not the last chance, but this is not the last chance to get points. But this is such an important. I know I said it before, but hey, let me have my fun. Yeah, thank you. Important match for Mousesports, because if they don't win, they won't be going to the offline finals in Kiev, unless one of the other teams that one is not able to make it, for example, something like that. Illusion for Klinks, who's on the run hunt again. He picked himself up an MKB after that those pushes on the top lane and middle lane. It's 21-3. Wow, I only just realized that it was really 21-3. Of course I knew that, but it doesn't feel 21-3. Shackle, ace, walks into that sentry ward. Can he stay alive here? Can he turn it around? No, he cannot. He goes down. It is Kuroki that picks up the kill. Nice pickup from Mousesports. Nice placed sentry ward. At the meantime, they do have to defend their bottom lane soon, because it looks like 3D Max, with or without their Klinks, they're gonna go for it. They're gonna go for those tier 3 towers. They're gonna try to take it. Luna feels like she's tanky enough to take that. She's got herself a Manta style. She's doing just fine. We got ourselves a Mechanism up on the Windrunner, who's building towards a 4-staff still. As Lone Druid Radiance, he needs to be there. You need to be at with your team, Black. Fortification goes through. On the Radiant side, fortification still up on Mousesports. And 3D Max actually backing off. Bit hasn't done it without their ace. There goes the tier 1 tower. TP still doesn't happen. Now it happens. Now if they can take the fight. Vacuum to the low ground doesn't work. Black now back into this. If they want to take this fight, they have to go outside their base, and they know it too. And they're going in. Who are they going to try to find? Who are they going to be finding here? Everybody of 3D Max is together. The trap went off. They know that there's people there, but they're not going to be able to find out anybody anymore, and they're just going to, well, have to be careful with pushing back the lane. Counter wards to make sure that their enemy does not have vision there anymore. But now the entire team of 3D Max is back up. As the gold graph still 15k in favor, but it's being kept even, and the thing about keeping a gold graph even, or even getting it back into your favor, is then you're actually getting ahead slowly but steadily. You have to of course take those lanes into account. Experience graph also dropping down again because 3D Max has been sitting together for a long time and not been able to focus anymore on or not been prioritizing focus anymore on on that experience. They want to win now and they want to take those towers, and they're gonna have Noya having to split his mantle cell. So be careful, otherwise one entangle might be the end of that one. Pipe goes off. Need to wait for their creep wave though. This creep wave is very far behind, as that pipe might have been just slightly of a waste for 3D Max. That's the pipe down. Darkseer being the one that got that going. Some more damage on this tower. Just to give a couple of damage. Just getting some free damage, slowly but steadily ticking away. Of course, the fortification is still there. And I do think if mouz wants to really take this fight, then they might want to push towards outside of their base, because slowly but steadily they are being kept here. They need to be here because they need to defend their towers. And slowly but steadily, the middle lane and the top lane are being pushed in, and at some point for 3D Max that will be so much in favor that they might have mouzeport splitting up to defend. And that when that comes, that's gonna be too late for mouzeport. But we have Noya already being harassed. Well, a lot there. Darkseer wall going down. It's already Nick's assassin that goes down. Now Fada drops as well. Fada's gonna try to get himself away. Gets to the demonic purge, being slowed down. Buyback from Fada. Templar assassin back inside this game. Walks aside Ice Path because he can. Tower still alive. Darkseer wall baited out. And the upside about Nick's assassin being only level 8 is that he's already up in 7 seconds. Nice. Now the fortification goes out. Now the pipe goes up. Now 3D Max wants to take it. The creep wave is in, not only on the bottom lane, but also on the top lane and in the middle lane as well. Lightning going through. Vacuum in there. Kuroki, if he dies again, will be very painful. He picks his up his Carapace. It will be Kalings that dies, but he buys back instantly. Buyback from Paz as well as he goes down. Black trying to find some targets. Cannot find anybody. Shackle still latches on the Jakiro though. Need an entangle. Power shot to go through. No entangle needed because Fada just picks him up right then and there. It is Hawaii and Noya trying to get themselves away as well as Hastajo Rotten. They got what they came for. They got the traps, or they got the tier 3 tower. Ooh, vacuum up in the high ground with you, Fada. No trees there either though, so he's just able to get away there. As they won't be able to get any more kills right there. And basically they only killed off the Jakiro and Ace there. Oh, Ace, who is going to find himself black. Oh, that's going to be a big pick off. And he does not, or he does have buyback, but nah, let's put it that way. This way. Oh, we already have buyback up. He does have buyback. He also finds the Shrek, but that's not really that much noteworthy because the Shrek is only level 8 and Ace is of course right now level 18. So that's a bit sad to point out for Alex. But yeah, the tier 3 tower still went down and they're still hanging around in their base. They're basically farming inside their enemy's base. Trap goes off, but they don't care. Bouncing lanes will do some damage here to barracks as well as to heroes. Fada coming in. There's gonna be a stun. Ice Path helping out. Disruption to try to save his life, and that's already Klings picking up the next assassin. Now Fada cannot buy back anymore if he dies now. Melt damage still hits on a YO, but he has to run, and he cannot run, and he will pop his refraction, able to stay alive for now. Vacuum back in, and there he goes. Now he goes down beyond godlike Noya, and this should be enough momentum for 3D Max to push up on the high ground. They have got everybody back here alive, and they plop their pipe again. Shackle still latches Noya to the Jakiro. Power shot to go through. Disruption actually has Soulcatcher up on black, but he was still able to pick up the Shadow Demon there. Nice job with the bear, of course, and the Radiance mostly. The barracks will still drop though. Mega creeps for 3D Max. No GG called yet by mouzeports, even though I do think they know what their fate is. And their fate would be not to go to Kiev Cyber Arena offline finals. Kuroki, what are you doing? Going down, that's what you're doing. Darkseer gets a kill as Noya picks up the Lashrak again. Mechroplier going through. They cannot fight this anymore as the tier 3 towers are going to be the next target for 3D Max. Bouncing Blades, again, such a big help there. And it is going to be the end of that. Tier 4 towers will drop. I think we can call 3D Max the victors here. I think we can safely say that mouz, their chances to go to the Kiev offline finals in the Cyber Arena in Ukraine are going to be very slim, because it really depends on if one of the other 4 teams is not going to be able to make it. Unfortunately for all the mouz fans out there. We're going to have another deciding match after this one. It's going to be Absolute Legends versus Virtus Pro. If Virtus Pro wins that, they will be going to Kiev Cyber Arena, guaranteed. It's their last match. If they win it, they have the same amount of points of Na'Vi, who already qualified themselves to go to the offline finals. So stick around. Absolute Legends taking on Virtus Pro in the next game right here on this channel for the StarLadder Season 4 group stage. There we go. Stick around.